hope you all are doing good. So in today's video I'm going to give quick thoughts about the Tir Tir foundation. So this is a viral foundation. I already had one shade, but I wasn't a big fan of the shade, and even I'm not sure if I would match the other shade because the other two shades are cool tone and neutral tone. There is not really any warm tone for my preference, so that's the reason I was a little bit skeptical. But then I thought, why don't I give a try for the next shade? So I just gave a try for the other two shades, and one of the shade is a pretty much a good match for me. That's what I'm wearing right now. So if you are someone who's looking to purchase the Tir Tir foundation, I'm going to swatch three shades, which is 35 yen and 37C and 40 yen. Looking for swatches for these three shades, you might find it in this video. So yeah, keep watching. 35 yen is the one I initially thought it's going to match me. Bought in a full size. The other two I bought it in the mini version. Anyways, 35 yen doesn't match me. It's far too light for me. This is 35 yen and that is too light for me. And after 35 yen we have 37C, which is almond and it is a neutral undertone. Next we have 37C. They say this one has cooler undertone, but this is more on the orange side, if you can see, right? This is more on the orangey side of things. So this one will work good for my color correction and stuff, but I don't think so that this is going to work as an foundation to match my skin tone. And oh, okay, there is a good coverage if you just saw. So here have a little bit of darkness going on. So this one took care of the dark spot over there, so there is a good amount of coverage in this one. 40 yen, close match for me, but it is a little bit more cooler for my preference or for my skin tone, because once you apply it I feel that my skin is becoming little gray. So that's with this one. So on the whole there is a good shade range, but I am not comfortable in using any of these three shades for myself. I actually like this shade, but it is too orange for my skin tone, but I like some foundation, the color coding, right, the undertone coding is will not really go well with your own skin tone. It's not something wrong with the brand, but I would say it's all about the way how our skin works with the foundation shades. So yeah, that's there. So for a reference, let me call out the names. So 35 yen walnut, 37C almond, and the last one is 40 yen cinnamon. You'd be able to see that this is the closest match for my skin tone, so I'm going to work with that one. Formulation of the foundation is really very good, but it's just that that particular shade did not work out for me. If you think that any of the shade is going to work out for you, then you would love the foundation. And one more thing, if you are dry skin, right, you better moisturize your face well, because this is going to dry down very quickly. The time which it gives to blend your foundation, it's going to be tricky if you're not moisturizing your face well. So have that in mind. So saw, right, it just instantly color corrected my pigmentation over here. I'm a person, so far I'm not interested into any full coverage makeup look. I'm okay if there is a little bit of pigmentation just peeking through my skin tone. I'm completely fine with that. Just that I don't want my foundation to go gray. That's the only thing which I would be mindful about. Apart from that, any spots or any pimple mark, scars which is visible on my skin, I'm fine with that. 40 cinnamon. I'm going to go ahead with the sponge. One thing, I'm not comfortable with this particular sponge because while I bounce like this, right, I'm missing few parts where it's going a little weird. I prefer to do it in this sponge and then go ahead and use my brush and correct if there is any patchiness going on. Just so this is the side where we have 40 and cinnamon, and this is my skin without the foundation. So without foundation and with foundation. Actually it is a good match, but I'm not okay with the undertone a little bit. It's just like showing me a little gray ever so slightly. I'm not sure if the camera is picking up, but in real time I'm able to see it. It's a tiny bit of grayness which is going on. I can fix it with the help of some yellow powder and stuff, but on overall I like my foundation to be a little warm, not crazily, but a tiny bit of warmth in the foundation is the way how I like it. But the formulation wise and everything, Tir Tir had done a great job. If you are someone who is close to my skin tone and looking for a neutral foundation, then this is the one which you should look for or you can invest on. It's a little bit on the pricier side. Definitely this is not something like budget friendly. This is definitely on the pricier side. Like I think 8 or 16 grams cost you, yeah, 18 gram cost you around $35, so it is on the pricier side. So this is how my face looks once after applying foundation. So this is 35 yen. What I'm thinking is I'm going to take this in a brush like that and apply it as a concealer just to brighten up the under eyes a little bit, because after the 40 yen I feel like my face is looking a little bit dull. I can go ahead with any other concealer, but since I have this shade, I thought why not do it, a whole face of Tir Tir foundation. The blending part is so easy with this one, I must say it. Then it is a cushion foundation, right? It just applies so well even with the brush. That's a good thing about the foundation. So here we are. This is how the skin looks. More than the sponge, I'm very comfortable using a brush to apply this foundation. It goes very well even in the brush. I generally prefer brush for my makeup, so I'm comfortable with the brush. That's the reason I'm keep telling brush is more comfortable. It's just the way how it just settles in my mind. There are times when I used to love sponges, but now I'm just like done with sponges, so it's all about using brush. So that's about the foundation. Let's keep it aside for a bit. So this is our completed look, guys. This is how my face looked with the foundation. This is 40N to just recall the shade again, and this is how my skin look. It is a tad bit too neutral for my preference. I like my foundation to have a little bit of yellow to it, nothing crazy, but a tiny bit of yellow to it. I lean more towards warm undertones over neutral, so that's the reason I say this is little too neutral for my skin tone. And apart from that, it just laid so beautiful, especially when I compare it to my regular foundation. This one, the blending part is so easy and it took very less time to blend. In fact, I like the foundation as a formulation and everything, but just the thing, the shade is a little off for me. But of course I can manage it with the powder and other stuffs, the bronzer, and but on its own the foundation shade is a little off for me. So that's it. So yeah, hope you like the video and see you in my next video. Bye.